Hello everybody, welcome back. Tropical update number 52 on Category 2 Hurricane Larry. Invest 91L in an area to watch off the African coast. It is now September 3rd. We took a few day break, but as we did so, we began to see the effects of Hurricane Ida. Ida bringing a lot of damage across the United States, not only in Louisiana and Mississippi, where it made landfall with high winds, storm surge, and rain, but also along the northeastern United States coast in New Jersey and New York, Pennsylvania, where extreme flooding was recorded, perhaps the biggest flooding that these places have ever seen. EF3 tornado, coincident flash flood emergencies and tornado emergencies in the same locations, which has only occurred a handful of times on record. And so overall, this Ida, it's thankfully moving away with a cold front off of the United States or the North American continent as we speak. And so finally, Ida is coming to an end. But as we see, there is a potential for development in the Gulf. We're watching Hurricane Larry with potential effects to Bermuda in about 5 days or so. And in about 5 days or so, that's when New Orleans is expected to be back to full power, although it may remain on limited supply. So let's begin with Larry. Let's talk about this beautiful looking hurricane. And thankfully, no major threat to land, although, like I said, perhaps Bermuda down the line in about 5 to 7 days from now. As we can see, the cone nearing Bermuda, and that's just the center of the storm, let alone this is a decent sized storm. We really don't want to pay attention to the cone itself. But as we can see on here, the storm satellite image is improving, and likely at this point, Larry is a major hurricane. Those numbers are not updated on the top of the screen there, but they are at the bottom, 100 miles an hour and 978 millibars as a 13th advisory on Hurricane Larry. Taking a look at the models on this storm again, we do see a close pass with Bermuda. I'll zoom in here in a second on where Bermuda is. I'm actually going to do something I don't do often, bring my cursor over here to show you guys where Bermuda is at on the European ensemble map. It's right here, smack dab in the middle of many of the ensemble members. We also see Category 4 strength definitely in the question still for Larry. Category 5 strength was a question for a bit. It still could be, but it looks like it has had at least a brief lack of strengthening. And so that's good news for Bermuda. But as we can see here, zooming in to Bermuda, we can see it is right there in the middle. And that's not going to be ideal for many reasons. As, of course, not only is surf a problem along the United States eastern coast and Atlantic Canada, but, of course, a direct impact to Bermuda would be, of course, devastating. Moving on to 91L, very broad circulation with this at the moment, a good amount of precipitation and convection with it. As we move on through about the next week or so, we have that map down there in the bottom. Anywhere from Texas to Florida, certainly in play with this. Not a whole lot of model support and not very strong. So nothing like Ida. It's Ida, we knew was going to be strong, and we knew it was going to hit way ahead of time. This storm, it's probably not going to be too strong, and we don't know where it's going to hit yet. So just stay tuned on this. We're currently at 30% in the next 5 days with this storm, and we'll continue to monitor it. Especially as we can see a good chunk of the tracks bringing into Louisiana. And that's, of course, not good news for many reasons. We're also watching a wave coming off the African coast here shortly. No current odds from the Hurricane Center, but again, just something to monitor. It's that time of the year. And we do want to monitor everything coming off the coast because it could be the next big one. Anyways, guys, that's all for this episode. As we said, Hurricane Larry, potential impact to Bermuda, Invest 91L, potential Gulf Coast impacts. And, of course, we're continuing to monitor more storms as hurricane season continues. That's all for now. Chris Dixon and Voither, Catholic Media.